Here to talk about all of it, we welcome to the broadcast Congressman Raja Krishnamoorthi, Democrat of Illinois, who serves on both the House Intelligence and Oversight Committees. Congressman, welcome. What's the distance between Amash's position and yours? And we note again for our viewers, he's a Republican, you're a Democrat.
Yes, well, first of all, I'm so glad to see folks displaying independent opinions on the other side of the aisle. That's definitely a reason for hope. On the other hand, with me in particular, I'm not there yet on impeachment. I'm staring at the challenge right in front of our face right now, which is an administration which doesn't believe that it's really accountable to anybody and not willing to cooperate with us on basic oversight tasks. That being said, we're starting to see cracks in the opposition, and we're starting to see courts side with us with regard to enforcing our investigative powers, including with regard to subpoenas. So there's reason for hope because of these developments, but we need to press forward.
Let me ask you another question. It's about politics. If Republicans in the House had a free pass for a day, where they were guaranteed the president wasn't going to say tough things about them on Twitter and they weren't going to get primaried back home, how many of them do you think would come to the other side? How many of them do you think are already where Amash is but lack the fortitude to say so publicly?
It's a great question. I don't know the answer. I know that there's probably some who probably harbor similar concerns to Mr. Amash. On the other hand, others have already publicly come out and asked for more documents and materials to pursue their own investigations. For instance, Senator Burr within the Senate Intelligence Committee actually subpoenaed Don Jr. to come back and testify because of inconsistencies in his testimony. And of course, there it looks like Don Jr. is coming back to testify. In our own House Intelligence Committee, interestingly enough, Chairman Adam Schiff and Devin Nunes came together to request documents, counterintelligence documents from the Department of Justice, and they acceded to a preliminary request. Of course, there is a subpoena outstanding as well. So we're starting to see some Republicans come on board for this type of oversight, but I'd like to see more.
Some of the Democrats watching tonight are no doubt getting frustrated. The Mueller report came out, and one way of looking at it is, for lack of a writer, it is a dense, hard-to-read document. Congressman Amash was still in the business of asking people to read the report tonight at his town hall. So the report comes out. The Nadler's Committee, Judiciary, took their one moral high ground moment and devoted that to a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken. They've been relegated to angry letters and threats of contempt. Everything seems bogged down right now. How can you assure the people watching, on behalf of the two committees you serve on, very consequential, Intel and Oversight, that the wheels are going to start turning?
I'll just point to two court decisions last week which happened within 3 days of each other. From the Oversight Committee's perspective, we had financial records from the Mazars accounting firm. That's the president's accounting firm. And of course, the president then intervened and filed suit to stop that accounting firm from producing documents in response to our subpoena. They were doing that to delay the proceedings, maybe to run out the clock even through the 2020 elections. But interestingly, the court in that case expedited the process and actually delivered an opinion last Monday vindicating our right to have that information. 2 days later, in the Southern District of New York, the Federal District Court similarly enforced our subpoena with regard to Deutsche Bank in producing financial documents that might indicate connections to money laundering by the Russians. These were unexpected, Brian. Many people thought that we would never get these documents, and now it looks like they are within sight. And I think that's what also prompted the Department of Justice, by the way, to produce some documents to Chairman Adam Schiff's committee, the Intelligence Committee, with regard to counterintelligence. So those developments, to me, suggest that perhaps the Republicans should rethink their delay and obstruction strategy.
From the great city of Chicago, Congressman Krishnamurthy, thank you very much for coming on the broadcast with us this Tuesday night. We appreciate you being here.